Change control. We've got to manage change. We want to maintain a stable platform. Now, change control and configuration management are similar. We're looking at stability, we're looking at maintaining a level of security, we're looking at maintaining function, we're looking at having that trusted base. Now, change control, you're adding something in. You're not just making everything alike, you're making changes. So, someone has a grand idea, they submit it. The change control board, change control process, change approval board is going to analyze that, decide what do we need? Is it feasible? A decision's going to be made by that board. Is this a good idea or is some whack job thing that Joe sent in, because that's the type of stuff I usually submit to just see if anyone's awake, or maybe just my own scattered thinking that would have been a great idea. And someone looks at it and says, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea. We can do it, we're not going to be able to do it. And then it gets sent for approval. Someone has to decide at the managerial level, yes, we're going ahead and doing this. No, we're not. Even though it's a good idea, it may not happen. Remember, not every good idea goes in. Those resources could be needed somewhere else. Yes, this is going to cost $500,000. It's going to give us another $1 million in profit every year. This is all wonderful. But there's a regulatory requirement out there that says you're going to lose $10 million a year in fines if you don't fix something else, and you need those resources for something else. Even though you had a great idea, it's absolutely fantastic. Someone says, not going to do it. And you're thinking, who in management has a screw loose? This is a great idea. Well, they actually may be making a very wise decision because they need those resources elsewhere. So approval doesn't automatically happen just because something's a good idea. You make a decision that this is good doesn't mean it's going to be approved. You're going to implement it if it is approved. Roll it out. Make sure it works. And following implementation, you're going to document that you've done it. You're going to, in the change control log, you're going to put in what the change was, that it was approved, when it was done, and the reasons why you did it. I think back to so many applications that I was involved in writing. I look at them a year later and go, what drooling moron added this in here? I look at the change log and go, oh, there was a regulatory reason, and that idea was mine, but it makes sense because of something else. You'll forget about all those little sidereal things like some regulation that came in, a strange request for a user, or a threat that was immediate to that time. You coded stuff in. You changed the process for it. Well, they have to be reviewed. Sometimes you make changes later where you can get rid of them, but keeping that change control log is going to allow you to know why that change was there because it may not be obvious later. And once the change is implemented, it's documented, it's now part of your baseline. Don't forget to inform management. Remember that change probably dealt with some risk, some business need, some liability the organization had. Management may be delaying other decisions based upon it, and once they know it's implemented, they can then seek other things.